Assalamualaikum everyone. We're back with my next podcast. And as promised, someone who is here to talk about bullying because he did a paper on it. Is it
Yep.
done?
Yeah, it's
Or
done.
in
It's done.
process?
Yeah,
Oh,
sudah
it's done.
submit.
Okay, cool. Okay, please. I want to introduce y'all to Isad.
Mhm.
Okay, so Isad, can you give us a bit of your background and,
Sure.
you know?
Absolutely, will
Yeah.
do. So, hello guys. My name is Isad. I'm 24 years old. I am currently in my fourth year of UBD, doing biology as a major.
Mhm.
And yeah, like Nadia said, I did a report assignment regarding bullying in Brunei. Yeah,
Yeah, and you were saying you wrote it in Japanese.
it was written in Japanese. Yes.
Oh, okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. Japanese bullying. So apparently this assignment you can
Yeah.
pick any topic.
Yeah, I can pick any topic, but I decided to go for what I was most interested in, and it was about bullying.
Okay, and
Yeah.
can you share why is bullying one of your interests?
Right, no problem.
Yeah, yeah.
So, for one, bullying in Brunei Darussalam is rarely talked about. That's one thing. When you look around, like example in Google Scholar or anything, even dari like um, official sources,
Mhm.
it's very rarely you get numbers.
Right.
People will say like macam, oh, stop bullying, yeah, or macam the bullying, there's a lot going on in bullying, yeah. You can find out on Borneo Bulletin there's like a rising number of cases of bullying in
Yeah.
Brunei, right?
Statistic.
Statistic,
Yeah.
but not exactly macam example what kind of bullying, how many
Right.
percentage of people are reported to be bullied, yeah, but and what are we trying to do here? And
Right, right, right. You're right.
yep. Aside from that, I've seen a paper regarding asal bullying like in general, and it was called PISA. It was I believe so. PISA means Program for International Students
Okay.
Assessment.
Okay.
So according to that, Brunei was the second actually was the second highest reported bullying.
Yeah. I was kajut when you said that, like second.
Yeah, second. Given that the paper was 2018 pa lang. It was 2018. Mm.
That's okay. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Second. I mean,
It's still quite
that's not
significant lah.
good.
It's still not
Okay.
good. It's quite significant lah, masih.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
All right. So, what can you share with us?
Regarding the assignment.
Yeah, regarding your assignment.
So for one, I wanna acknowledge a few things. Number one is that again, this is only an assignment, and the sample size is relatively low, which is around 76. Despite that, though, despite having small numbers there in assignment, I do still like we should use this. It's still valuable data, and we still should
For sure.
validate whatever it is in that paper ato, and it's as a means to with the given little amount of data. Yeah.
Okay, finally, we have another guest who has just arrived in good time.
So I do apologize.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah,
It's fine. I can't change the past. Okay, please introduce yourself to everybody.
hello everybody. My name.
You got
Okay.
this.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
I'm Eddie Mukri, 29 years old, husband and father. What else should I say about myself?
That's good. I think.
Yeah.
You wanted to come on this podcast, or
I
Isad called you?
invited.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
what's the
it goes
reason?
it goes both ways. Seth was mentioning about who wants to jump on this podcast, and it's about bullying, and it's a topic that has been a thing since I was a young boy, because I was bullied. He was inviting everyone to be kahotla.
Okay.
I said, okay, I'll do it, because
Yeah.
it's always been a topic. It's always been a big topic since I was a young boy, because I was bullied, but my perspective of bullying really changed over the years. It evolved, from thinking that, because the traditional notion is that this is where the people. I'm gonna shock you. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm gonna shock you a bit, but
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Um,
we're listening. We're listening.
I want want to be shocked.
Yeah. At
Happened.
first, like I thought it was as simple as saying bullies are bullies because they are bad, and the victims of bullying, they are just they happen to be victims. Macam kesian. So stop bullying. Simple as that. And then it kind of evolved to like, huh, maybe I was bullied because I was the one that invited them to bully me. Maybe something's wrong with me. Okay.
All right. This is how
And
you start to think.
yeah, yeah, but it ada lagi evolution in. Yeah. And then macam maybe in in a way, the how I behave towards these bullies was the reason why they bullied me. So kira macam I'm the one provoking them more. And I believe that for some time.
You came up with this thought by yourself, or
Myself.
did a teacher
No, myself.
influence you?
By myself. After that, I figured that after that, macam, as I grow older again, I met up with these bullies again, and then we start talking, and then as it turns out, we become friends. So and then macam I figured out, maybe they bullied me because they have issues,
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree with that.
kan?
Yeah.
Oh.
It stems from upbringing.
Upbringing, I believe so
Yeah,
too.
we were just talking.
Yeah, we
about
were
that.
talking about that actually.
Can you
Yeah.
share? I have to like back and forth.
Yeah, that's
And
absolutely
you
yeah.
fine.
jump in anytime you hear something.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
what
Yeah.
do you hear from that?
So what I thought was that, like you said, I really appreciate that, and I'm proud of you for acknowledging and being aware that bullies are not just macam bad people, but rather they have their own issues as well. And as someone that unfortunately I have done a little bit of verbal mengucap lah.
You've done the bullying. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of that, and of course I am not very very proud of that. I am so sorry to anyone who is
Fine,
watching.
man.
It's okay
Or
because bullies
Yeah.
have, like Eddie said,
Yeah.
there's issues there.
Mm,
Okay, we
absolutely.
can't just say, "Oh, you bully. Okay, you're bad." Like
Oh,
there's
uh,
something going on
Yeah.
with
Something
the
going
bully
on.
as well.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay.
And yeah, it comes from not just upbringing but also insecurities as well.
Oh,
Exactly right. So macam if they're insecure about something, they feel really small. They
Right.
feel really like they're not in control. For example, if someone were to be uh, verbally abusive at home, if someone were to be physically abusive at home, you don't feel like they have control over that. So they might, bring it to school where the bully di rumah is somewhere far away, right? So they want to project that to somebody else because that way now they feel in control. Now they feel like they're in power.
It's
Some-
like
Yeah.
a suppressed feeling
It is.
that
Oh,
you need to get it out.
It's like some kind of compensation, but like
Yeah.
a lot of compensating,
Oh,
Kira sekali kan, yeah, go on.
Yeah, basically like you said, compensating. It's basically to mask that they feel weak. Ito, they don't want to. Obviously, no one wants to show that the weak side of them, right? They don't want to show that there's a part of them that is like lemah and a part of them they don't like. So what they did is like they want to seek validation somewhere else.
Ano ba?
Mm.
It's a defense mechanism.
It's a defense mechanism,
Yeah,
correct?
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, ito macam kids, they want to feel good.
Yeah.
Kids always want to feel good. They
Yeah.
the
you
cool
know,
one. They want to be
they
cool.
they want to be cool.
accepted.
Accept it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't understand the concept of macam being humble. They don't understand the concept of being down to earth. They always
Yeah.
want to menyerlah, Tapi when they're insecure, something happens at home. Like,
Right.
say for example, they get belittled by their the elders apa, at
Yeah.
home. That tends to happen in many households then.
Yeah, it's true.
And then
It
as
is
a way
that-
to compensate, they atulah like what he pointed out that kira project themselves as superior to make
Yeah.
themselves feel better.
Yeah.
So
And what
atu-
age are we talking about?
Oh yeah, right. So like I mentioned, like I'm not sure about your experience, but based on my survey, the assignment that I've been conducting for the past 3 months saja, majority of the bullying took place around primary, some lower secondary. So year 1 to 6, some 7 to 8 lah basically. And then and yeah, majority of the bullying, and the highest form of bullying, which was around 25%, was verbal abuse. Next to social, and lastly was, I believe, the physical.
Oh.
Yeah, physical.
Yeah.
Yours
Yeah.
was what?
Verbal,
Yeah.
physical,
Yeah, which
all
supports it lah, basically.
everything.
Did you know about that? Okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
his wife is sitting over there.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Aw.
got bullied up until I started working.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm so sorry
Yeah,
to hear that.
that's where I figured out all these things.
Oh,
So-
you only figured it out you're an adult.
Once I become an adult, it evolved again. Like instead of macam okay, so it's both one. It's
Yeah.
both the bullies and the bullied have macam how we were raised up, how we were raised up.
I
So
can see. I can see.
now I'm like, the issue is not the person, it's just the fact that both parties come from difficult circumstances
Yeah.
that led them to anulah macam either believe that they are helpless, in need of validation by submitting to these bullies,
Right.
or they seek validation from becoming the bully.
Yeah. Either way.
Either
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
the root cause is the same. How they
Yeah.
were brought up. Because and I can anulah, I can okay. Let me just open up lah.
Yeah.
I didn't come from a very, how do I say this, peaceful
Upbringing.
upbringing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quite a lot of fear,
Yeah.
a lot of fear, a lot of I couldn't predict what was gonna happen to me. The next thing, I might be having fun now, but the next thing I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I end up feeling like, oh, if I do this, I'm so scared.
You're
Like
like
a-
walking on eggshells.
Ah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
walking on
yeah.
eggshells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you don't want to be too like happy, loud, and then suddenly shut down or something like that.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
right?
Yeah, something like that. And then the upbringing of the bullies again, what I found out, durang punya, they have a lot of neglect to and
Yeah.
a lot of neglect
yes.
on their part. They don't receive the
A lot of-
validation,
yeah.
the love and
The
validation
love,
that
the
they
validation.
Right.
from the
Parents.
for the
Most of the
parents,
time.
parents most of the time,
Yeah.
almost all the time actually.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
That's why what I do to my daughter is I keep like
Reassure.
reassuring her that,
Mm-mm.
hey, you're pretty,
Mm-mm.
you're smart, you're
Aw.
strong, you're you're the best.
You got it going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is your daughter?
2 years, 2 months.
Yeah. Dari damit kan, you have to, you
Dari
want to do
damit.
this positive stuff.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah lah.
And go ahead. Sorry.
Alright, go on.
Yeah, I agree. Like raising a child with a lot of love, affection, reassurance from a young age is very, very important. Like if it were to say like the little kids, children, babies, they're like sponges. What they learn at home, they will apa ni, be part of them for so long. And let's just imagine the opposite, where rather than macam love, affection, you get mistreated as a child. Macam
Hostility lah.
hostility
A lot of
lah.
hostility.
It doesn't even have to be like very, very hostile. Sometimes it can be subconscious. It could be macam like parents are good, they're loving, tapi at the same time there are like some quips they have, like macam they sometimes like take it out on their children tia, even though they love them, they might take it out on their children tia, macam talking down on them.
Yeah.
Kenapa kamu dah belajar bisa-bisa ya? Adakah macam tu. They make them feel more insecure, no?
The smallest things.
The smallest things. Tapi of course to a varying degree. Tapi if the more hostile a parent is to the child, the more hostile the child also becomes, because
Oh.
that's what they grew up with. If that's what they all grew up with as a child, that's what they will do.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, and then macam as a parent, I realized something lah. No parenting is gonna be perfect.
No, absolutely not.
But it just improves from one generation to another because we realize and we learn.
Kalau the realization.
Kalau the realization.
yeah.
Yeah, for example, I feel kind of bad though. Sometimes I'm like to my daughter when she falls, I'm like, I told you so.
Yeah.
I'm like, told you that don't do it, but you did it anyway. I'm like, but it's just then I think like, oh, it's just a baby. Why am I saying it?
Exactly, kan. Right, right,
So
right.
one way or another, parents are gonna traumatize their children.
Well,
with
you
no
know,
intention, right?
not
But,
intentionally.
Not
I'm
intentionally.
pretty sure our elders did not intentionally do that because they did know better. They didn't know better.
No.
They were raised with different set of values compared
Exactly.
to
but
us, lah.
biasa saja.
No human is perfect. No human is
No
perfect.
human is perfect,
Yeah.
but it's a matter of like learning.
Exactly.
Then we're never gonna we're never gonna be perfect, but to near it, okay lah. You know.
So, do you wanna? You were the bully, and you have been bullied, right?
Yeah.
Were you ever bullied?
Was I ever bullied? I was picked on. Tapi when you're picked on, a part of me, well, there's a few responses that you can do, fight or flight gun. So I wanted to retaliate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did it work?
Did it work? How am I supposed to say that? In a bad way, of course, it becomes a back and forth thing. Becomes a back and forth thing. But no matter where the situation goes, it doesn't go good because let's just say you retaliate. You're just adding fire. You're adding fire to whatever is already burning. It doesn't help really.
So the bully comes back the next day.
So it will come back to you. Macam plus dendam basically. Plus dendam.
Right.
And then if the more like you plus dendam balik, it becomes a back and forth thing. It's gonna escalate to something even worse. So, sometimes example like it could be from verbal or all verbal. Tapi the more it keeps going, makin jadi physical tiya. And that's never good. You're gonna end up hurting each other.
Fighting fire with fire.
Oh, well, exactly.
Yeah.
Done.
Exactly. So,
Mm-mm.
can I ask, like, in school when it was happening? So let me just talk about the JC.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So when you were in primary, ada
Yeah,
juga.
mama.
What age? What year? Do you remember?
The whole time.
Oh man, I'm so
Oh
sorry.
my god. So you said earlier you were thinking maybe it's me. That's why they are doing this to me. Right. Not looking back now, they are adults. When you look back, do you think that's true?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's me.
What
It's me.
What about you?
So okay. At first I thought macam pengatur gitu namanya. They would they would scare me with like like cockroaches, lipas,
Okay.
cicak.
But what did you do to deserve that?
What did I do to deserve that?
Yeah, because this is what you're thinking.
I showed that I was fearful of it. I was scared.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
scared of it. I mean, any kid would have been Tapi macam when I think back, why would they macam
Exactly.
in what way was that my fault? When I think back, macam maybe it's the things that the way I talk to them. I came from a private. Most of my peers they didn't go to kindy, they go straight to prau.
Oh.
Sekolah.
Taros darjah satu kan. I
Okay.
went through kindergarten.
What's
So
it? Okay, go on. I don't
and
quite get what the point is.
the
What's
point
the
is-
point? What's the point?
the values were different, macam
Alright.
it's like from private to government. I know it's quite early on lah, tapi macam
Okay.
there was a difference between
How they were like raised or upbringing at school the
in
difference.
different schools. So the culture was different, ba.
Yeah.
So we were. I was raised in a different culture. I watched different cartoons than them. Sekali, I was different. Macam, they started to macam, cuba, cicak.
So okay, you just were different
I was different.
because you came from a different
Different
educational
background.
system or this kind of thing, right? Because I'm just listening to the part where you said maybe I deserve it because of the way I was.
Yeah.
But however, it's like, does that mean you deserve to be treated that way?
Indahlah.
That's what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't deserve it, but there was definitely a reason behind it.
the way they saw you
Mm.
is
think-
like
I definitely agree with that. Macam like vulnerable, right? Like you said, kan, the moment like you became fearful to them, the moment you became like takut, that gives them power, and unfortunately that makes them feel good.
they
like-
sense the weakness.
They sense the weakness. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I get it.
Yeah.
But not the
Oh, durang mo feel macam you know.
Yeah, they want to feel
Yeah.
good, right? They
They
want
want
to
to feel good.
Oh.
yeah. Their ego lah. They have an ego lah.
Yeah, yeah.
At such a young age, right?
At such a young age, they don't know how to. They don't know how to. Again, like as a child, we don't know these healthy coping mechanisms anymore. They
Yeah.
don't know, kan?
Yeah.
And what they do is what they have to do, what they feel at that time, kan?
Yeah.
So if this is what they can do masa damit, if this is what they can do masa what they're learning as they grow up, then they'll do it. That's all.
And they were a number of them.
Hmm?
It's like a group, you know,
Hmm.
usually. And you were only one?
Hmm.
Gang?
Oh.
Nada.
None, right?
Nada.
See, this is
Yeah.
a pattern I've seen as
Yeah.
well. The
Yeah,
one yang kena bully, memang nada backup wah. There's
Yeah.
no backup. There's no
Mm.
one who's gonna stand up for
I
them.
had my mom.
Oh,
My
Aw.
mom came to school
yeah,
and
okay,
be like,
that's
"Hey,
good.
why you bully my kid?"
But that's great, right?
Oh.
How did you feel when your mom came to school
I
and
felt
did that?
protected and validated.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm proud of you. for
Yeah.
that.
Ada safety
Mm.
wah, you know.
Yeah.
Bagus juga. Some
Oh.
moms don't do that, pa. You understand? Like
Yeah.
they will just leave them. Don't.
Oh, ba, ba, ba,
No,
ba.
just a dingaw. Like,
That's just like enabling the bullies to like
Yeah.
bully the victim lah lagi. And
exactly.
I think in my opinion lah, the pattern maybe because like others don't want to be bullied as well. So
Yeah.
rather than going with
Dia
the
mau ikut campur.
the mau ikut campur kan, rather than going with example si Eddie like the victim, I'm so sorry man.
He's a big boy now.
yeah.
Oh, big boy now.
So ano lah, they rather go with the bully so that
Yeah.
they feel much more. Kan the bully is like they feel powerful sudah. They're
Yeah.
in control. So why not go with the person that is in control?
Cooler.
It's cooler lah, chato.
I don't want to be a loser group. Cuma tu baca.
Betul,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
be around the.
Because I don't want to be in that situation
Oh.
too.
Siapa je
Mm.
mau ah?
Exactly.
Mm.
Sampai
So
jemaah.
when your mom came,
Mm.
said this and that, you felt safe. How was it after?
Yeah.
How was it after? It was kind of weird lah. They ostracized me for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, that's the
Yeah.
only thing that, and I feel that's what most of the bullied are afraid of as well. They don't
Yeah.
want to be rescued, and then now I'm left with this
Oh ba.
ostracized.
Ostracized.
Oh.
I mean, tapi all of them. I mean, kami now in a group chat. Kami we were like just like normal one, like normal friends.
You
Mm.
guys grew up.
Yeah, we all grew up. We laughed at it. They're like, I ingat kau takut lipas, haha. And you're like, yeah,
But Eddie,
this is so
like-
funny.
Did you like separate with the bullies for a while?
Yeah.
Then come back? Oh, no, you just grew up with them.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh.
know where else to go. We were in the same
but-
class.
but
Wait,
Berapa
the
lama?
teachers didn't like take measures to make
Mm.
sure it stops, or
Yeah.
nada.
Nope.
Oh God! So
Yeah.
your mom did a risky thing lah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it could have been either way, right? Like either
Yeah.
improve or like he makin drop the.
Oh, yalah.
Thing. But maybe being ostracized, they didn't kacau you. Probably better than them still
Oh, well, was it better?
kacau you. Did they kacau you? Or
In a way, macam instead of mengacau, they just macam, macam mana?
Oh,
I remember
ignore your
I-
existence.
ignore my existence.
Yeah.
Jadi lawyer ni, anak
Marah-marah.
si
Yeah.
Korea ni.
They didn't even like
Oh.
acknowledge your presence.
Awak,
yet.
awak.
Mm.
Something like that
Yeah.
lah. Tapi
Yeah.
macam, we kind of, like slowly we grew up, we become more mature, and then we,
That's.
awak.
But were
But-
you okay with being ostracized? I mean, was it better for you?
Oh, ba.
I had a few friends. I had a few, but after the thing is, but
Mm.
everybody knew me, but doesn't mean everyone was my friend.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jadi
Yeah.
famous lah.
Oh, jadi famous lah.
Oh.
Tapi
Okay.
macam again when I reflect back, kali barang
Yeah,
tu.
yeah, yeah.
Tapi kesian juga macam I would look back at the 6-year-old me as a different kid altogether. Macam, oh,
Oh,
kesian kau ni. Macam
I
mana
mean,
boleh
I
macam tu?
guess you can think that now because
Yeah.
things have improved. Like you're
Yeah.
you're friends now. But if
Yeah.
that didn't occur, like if you're
Mm.
still like like this, I don't think it would have that same like we can laugh about it
Yeah.
now, just about, isn't it?
Remind
Yeah.
me, Eddie. Like, how did you and your your bullies atau like, how'd you guys like made up and become friends?
Yeah.
Kan we went separate ways masa sekolah menengah tu kan.
Yeah.
And that was when Facebook happened. Facebook
Oh.
happened,
So
Instagram happened.
reconnected.
Yeah, reconnected. And you're like, yo, what's up, man?
Wait, who
Hey, let's.
initiated?
Huh?
Who initiated?
Um, half of it was me, half of it was
Mm.
them. They're like, hey, let's get together, you know.
Right.
Hey, that's enough.
So you
Okay.
had to get over it. You were over it, or
Time healed.
you didn't think of
What a
it?
Time.
So it
heals.
did affect you lah for a time.
Yeah, time and growing up lah, because we have to know, we have to acknowledge you, the child version, the teenage version, and the adult version of us, totally different people. Macam when we were kid, lain, teenager lain.
So that was during primary,
Yeah, betul
and
lah.
then secondary. Is it different group of bullies or same?
Different group of bullies.
Why do you think
Hmm?
that situation? Can you just share with us what happened to you? Secondary school and what year, what age?
Oh, I was this was when I felt so insecure about myself
Right.
that I showed off a lot.
Oh.
You know,
Showed
I was
off.
showing off about.
Oh,
Yeah.
to not make the insecurity show. So
Mm,
you just play up the character.
I played out a character, exactly.
Oh,
I played out a
okay.
character that was this and that. You know, I was a
Right.
people pleaser.
Mm.
God.
You know, people. No. We go to people pleasing. Huh? So
Yeah.
people
Any
pleasing.
teenager niya?
Teenager, people pleasing.
Yeah.
In
You
what
know,
way was your people pleasing?
I told them,
thing?
I'm this, I'm that. Oh, my granddad is this. You know.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
we have these cars at home.
Right.
God.
You know, that kind of overcompensation, ba?
Yeah.
You know.
Kambang lang eh.
Kambang. I would.
People pleasing ka to. Pangambang dito.
Oh, pengambang. Tapi I was pengambang because I wanted to please people. You know,
Oh, to see you as
our
worthy.
Worthy, or
Oh,
you feel much
worthy.
more validated.
some kids were like, whoa, and then other kids were like,
Mm-mm.
you know,
Yeah.
So that atulah macam that caused people to bully me.
So you didn't really, being that way, you're not able to get really genuine friends lah, I think.
I had genuine friends who tolerated me, and I still have those friends now.
Those are true friends, I suppose.
Yeah. Happy for
I
you,
still
man.
have those friends. Masa tadi tu, I talk about WhatsApp group sekolah rendah. Sekolah
Yeah.
menengah pun ada. And we talk about
different
it.
batch.
Different batch again. We talk about it. And I'm like,
Okay.
kenapa kau cuma tu dulu dia? I'm like,
So now you're 29, yeah?
yeah.
And you can look back at your teen self, and you know that was something to do with something. It's not you. That's not the real you.
That was not the real me.
Right.
It's not genuine. I can be real with you about myself now, but I
Right.
couldn't do it back then.
Oh.
It's like you're masking.
Yeah, it was a mask that I wore, you know. Macam I wanted to be cool. I had to be cool,
Yeah.
you know, to be
So that-
accepted.
So that it won't repeat like last time.
Yeah,
Is that it?
because I'm looking left and right. All these kids were really cool. They,
Right.
you know, like
There were people you admired, lah, basically.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
wanted so badly to get their attention and validation.
Yeah, you
and,
want to be
like,
part of
accept-
them, part of their group,
yeah.
part of their circle.
Yeah. So people pleasing. But at the same time, it
Right.
it repelled people.
Certain group does not agree, and some okay not with it.
Mm-mm.
And is there anything like this in your research? kind of behavior.
That kind of behavior, it falls under social bullying pula, like ostracizing, separation ato. And it is the second highest form of bullying. Tapi this kind of like extent, no, not really. Which is interesting to hear, lah. Which is really interesting to hear.
Right, and the group that you wanted to get into, the cool group in it, did they accept you?
Partly.
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 Like
Yeah.
how? What do you mean?
Macam I managed to get on their level lah. Macam okay, dorang speak a lot of English. Okay, I caught up with that.
Oh.
You know, dorang smart. Okay, I tried to catch up to them. You know.
You really want to blend in and like
Yeah. Like they had cool shoes. I had to get the cool
just
shoes.
had
Yeah, I just had to. Aleh lah.
Mikir ka na.
You know,
Isn't that?
I didn't have a concept of like I am Eddie. This is me. This is the real me, and I accept it about myself.
Yeah,
Another
of course.
two, another two. I was like, yeah, I'm Eddie. I'm this.
Ah,
and that.
ni.
Yeah,
Dan
yeah.
ada tu
Yeah.
ah.
Macam, I never really accepted the true.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
low self-esteem.
Yeah, it is. So I fought that low self-esteem by
Yeah,
being a people pleaser.
be everything, try to be everything they are.
Everything there. Something. Maybe even better. You know.
Mm.
So,
What did your parents feel about this? Did they have any idea this was going on with you?
yeah, of course.
Oh, they know.
They know, but they're like, you have to stop. Macam ano lah, macam they're always like, jaga mulut mo, jaga mulut mo. Why? You know?
Ah,
You know.
what do you mean
Tapi,
jaga mulut you were?
as if it was like totally my fault, you know.
Oh.
Then later, like I said, like my mindset evolved. It's not because of me and me only. It's because of how I was raised. You know, macam, you know, the problem. I'm not saying I'm not accountable for it, lah. I don't wanna not take responsibility, but like I'm me because I was raised this way. And who's the one who raised me? Cuma tu lah, how was I raised?
Yeah.
You know? Dia tu lah, bilang, you know, ada yang realize, ada yang tidak realize lah, ha. Tapi macam alhamdulillah, not alhamdulillah, my mom understood that now, you know. Sekali, yeah, that's why I have younger siblings, masih, you know. Things are better with them lah, you know.
Yeah.
So and I'm happy to see that lah.
You're the eldest.
Yeah.
See,
Of 8.
that's another thing. Do you
Yeah,
notice?
yeah.
Do you run into that in your research?
No, the
Eldest
the eldest
child.
thing. No, I have not run into it, but there is like an older child syndrome, kan? Because I feel like since you're the first child, I'm actually the first child. A lot of parenting becomes like macam this is your experiment. This is your first child.
Yeah.
What? There's a lot of things. It's new to most parents, kan?
Yes, yes.
So macam the mistakes ka or the things that you feel like macam not enough, the first child will always go through that first one because it's your first
All
care
our
experiment.
mistakes as a
Mm.
parent
Yeah,
is
yeah,
on
yeah.
the first child.
On the first child,
Yeah.
which ano la, understandably. So
No.
I don't blame any parent because like that's what they had to go through, kan?
Yeah, because
Mm.
parents don't know.
They don't
until
know.
They know.
We're all human, kan? We
Yeah,
don't know any
yeah,
better
yeah.
until you experience it yourself, kan?
Yeah.
There's no
Exactly.
guidebook in this. There's no guidebook.
No.
Yeah
And then you always say, as a new parent, I'm speaking for myself. You think what you're doing is good.
Yeah.
Awa.
You think what you're doing is right. Kali
Awas.
sudah lama-lama, second child tu, lain. Okay, cuma ni rupanya.
Yeah.
Jangan ada rupanya.
Salah
Oh,
rupanya.
man. You know. You know.
Benar, my first boy. One time I was spending time kind of like apologizing to him. I was like, I shouldn't have done that, you know, like there are things I see which my second and third never encountered that me. But the first one, I was this way, you know, and I know it's because I was stressed with my own life,
Yeah, absolutely.
work and all this. I'm not happy. You know, parents sometimes not happy with themselves.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's kind of the child.
Mm.
So after the first child, I made it my mission to make myself happy. You know, like I'm gonna have to fake myself in order to be a better parent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
You know.
proud of you, miss, for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pinay,
No, absolutely. I feel that's it.
Yeah.
How old are your kids now?
17, turning 16, and turning 30.
Ooh.
So they're big.
Oh.
So I feel the 13-year-old paling happy lah. Person ko. As far as I'm concerned,
Right.
you know, he's great. He doesn't have all this, you know, whatever the first child had, you know,
Right.
thinking, overthinking, macam-macam, could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
consider, you know, like, you know, it's a bit like anxious sometimes.
Yeah.
So the third one is lucky. Second one up, lagi.
Mm.
But now that you say you were trying to be one of the cool kids, apa? Does my child have that attitude? Lebih gaya lah. I don't know what that's all
Nggak,
about.
tapi kalau I think every teenager want to have macam
Good.
they want to find their identity wah. Itu
faham.
aku
Yeah,
andang
yeah.
essentially
Andang
semua
bahat
tu.
teenage
Yeah.
growing at the kan.
It is essential.
Back
Yeah.
then lagi, you know, Justin Bieber's hair was the
Everyone
in thing.
wants.
I wanted it. Justin Bieber wore Supra. I had it.
Bruh, I was like at that time I was year 6 and everyone wanted Supras just because of that. I was like, God.
Because of that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, Justin
Mana-mana.
Bieber. It's your fault, Justin.
yeah.
It's
Whoa.
true kan.
But
Mm.
he's still good. But it's memorable now.
You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
laugh
yeah.
about it
You can laugh
now.
Yeah, you
about
can
it
laugh about it
now.
now, but those that
Yeah.
didn't have like Supras, right? You can feel the ostracized.
Oh.
Like people will make fun of you, like you're not bringing Supras, bro.
No,
You're wearing normal. You bought this in Brunei.
Mm.
Ori ka, ori. Tapi
Yeah,
everyone have fake Supras back then.
yeah, get real, right?
Yeah, can't be real.
All right, so it kind of there is a pattern.
There is a
There is
pattern.
Yeah,
pattern.
because
Absolutely.
I was just sharing in my previous the podcast just before this was
Mhm.
about bullying as well.
Yeah.
And I was sharing that during my training counseling time,
Right.
I didn't know much about bullying.
Mm.
I knew zero about it. To be
Right.
honest with you, I just felt like I just see how they deal with it, which is more like don't bother about them,
Oh,
just
ba.
that kind of passive way of dealing with it.
That's
You
the
know.
thing that I wanna like. Apa ni? What's the word here? Uh, call out.
Mm.
Like most of the things is very passive regarding bullying.
Yeah.
For example, macam let's say someone is being bullied, kan? It's very passive, the way people, the way it's being managed. So
Yeah.
it's always like, don't bully, jangan bully, That's
Yeah.
bad for you.
Just like that.
But they don't take into account like why they bully, or rather they don't actively macam like monitor the bully nor the victim.
Yeah.
Just leave it.
They dig deep,
They don't
it's
dig
just
deep,
surface. I see a bully, I see you sad.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
this is what you should feel. Macam tu ba?
There's no social welfare here. Macam like example in other countries, like let's just say a victim is severely bullied by someone, and then they would call for like social groups lah, social apa, I forgot what's the word here, social something lah, and then they would go to their houses and do an investigation. Tato if it's that severe. So, but we don't have that here.
I would love
That
to
we,
do that.
yeah, exactly
Boom,
right.
boom,
Boom, boom. Hey,
FBI.
What's going on?
FBI, no pala FBI. Tapi macam like we would can we ask some questions like regarding your child,
Yeah,
blah, blah, because your child has been doing XYZ. So we like to investigate on that.
In some cases, ada pulang. I'm aware some
There is.
schools do that when it's like low attendance.
Low attendant.
You know, they
Oh, ba?
disappear from the system. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
then
yeah,
honey,
yeah.
I have to go to the house. Ada. Some schools, they do that. But not specifically pasal bullying. I have
Oh,
not
ba?
heard of that.
Exactly,
But that would
exactly.
be so good, right?
It is much better. It's much more an active approach rather than a passive approach. So most of the common problems, like Eddie mentioned, like Miss Nadia mentioned, is always regarding their upbringing.
Yeah.
Right, upbringing, right. But what if, right, they have an opportunity to fix that at school? What if they had proper professional counselors? Tatula. I'm not.
And it's not just student, right? We now
Aba.
know it's parents.
We now know it's
Like
parents.
check out the parents. Are they doing okay? Are
Aba.
they in like some kind of emotional instability
Exactly.
somewhere?
And it's
you
not
know?
just that. Some of them could be like abuse, like substance abuse, jua. Could
banyak
be
tu.
other things like jua, which affect the child as well.
Ada tu.
Ada tu
Right.
dia no, kalau the school where my secondary school, I'm not gonna mention here,
Yeah.
but people people who watch this will will know.
No problem.
But yeah, my secondary school,
Okay.
they have that facility. They have counseling. Yeah, they have counseling.
That's
That's good.
They detect the students yang macam itu low attendance that we get.
Right.
And but also those yang masuk activity record
Yeah.
a lot.
Apa disiplin kita?
Awa yang banyak disiplin
Yeah.
isi durang kana mak dan kana panggil lah for counseling kan.
Yes.
Whether it works or not, that's a different story lagi. Tapi
Right.
Yeah.
the system ada tu semua.
Memang ada. The only issue which I've come to understand now,
Yeah.
counselor in each school hindi mencukupi. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
not enough counselors in one school. At the
Exactly.
Nada yang specifically untuk macam cina yang train bana-bana untuk
Right.
to
Yeah.
be counselors. They just
Now they are.
Now ada. Now
Ah,
ada.
Now they're trained.
Mm.
I'm not sure about all.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the primary schools.
Oh
But
ba.
secondary school, yes, ada. The only thing is, yata tu, sometimes there's only one
Oh ba,
counselor.
and then imagine how many students are there kan in a
sometimes
building.
two, maximum two.
Maximum two Oh ba.
That's about it.
Mm.
And then they get a bit of help when the practicum kids come in. The UBD students come. Adalah kena assist.
Oh ba.
Oh, kami pun. When I think about it, what did I know? And then me as a student, I'm gonna talk to myself here about myself.
Okay.
Like when I go in, I always
Yeah.
feel like I'm not a real star. Okay,
Mm.
so I'll go in, I'll do what I think, but I'm not there to process the whole story. Macam banyak halfway saja I hear about the story, especially bullied.
Yeah.
I was in one school for just about 3 months, 4 months like that.
Right. And that was the practicum?
Yeah, but actually
Okay.
practicum was the whole semester, the whole 3 semesters, 3 semesters.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I did good thing actually. Not unfortunately.
Yeah.
I did 3 places.
Okay.
Ada sajalah my
Yeah.
changing whatever.
Right.
But the thing is, in one school ito, I did come across a bully and a bully case.
Yeah.
Spoke to the bullied victim. Okay, I understand quite clear lah.
Yeah.
Right. And I wanted to research the bullier. Yang membulian ni.
Okay.
So I only managed to speak with them, I think once. And
Once
then I had
aja.
to move. And from the surface, it looked like he does nothing wrong. Like, it's fine.
What?
Aku pun when I hear it,
Uh-huh.
if I didn't know any better, aku pun macam, yeah, just
Oh,
you know,
right.
Yeah, I think they're just playing around, you know. But, you know, now that I heard from my other friend
Yeah.
bullies really issues sebenarnya. Macam, when I think, I don't know, I could have helped him.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to.
Yeah, and
You
we
know.
don't blame you, miss. Because you only had like 3 months ganyan
Yeah,
kan.
but now I'm
Exactly.
thinking, what's become of him? You know, like, apa gaya this chitan yan.
Yeah.
There's another case which was really bad. A bullied guy. So bad, he was so mad. He kind of wanted to balas balik in a way which I'm not sure if I can share, but I won't mention it. I'll tell you later. But it was sad. But at the end, it seemed like it was okay. But when I think back now, I should have put him in psychiatric just to double check.
Double check.
Okay,
Yeah.
Because what he wanted to do to his bulliers was frightening.
Yeah.
It was really severe. You know?
Like it may be
spicy.
but it may be thoughts, tapi those thoughts have a potential to become a reality. Satu lah, which
If they act on it,
If they
itu
act
yang
on it.
membahaya. Like, it's scary to think.
it's scary to think.
Yeah.
Macam one small thing can cause like small trigger lah, like
Yeah.
can cause whatever he was thinking happen.
Because we don't know the depth of the stress.
Stress ato yeah.
Macam Eddie, you were stressed in primary, secondary, all this kind of thing, but you probably have a coping mechanism.
Aba, you have a coping mechanism
Right.
at least lah. You tried your best to stay like stable, right? And I'm proud of
it
you for that.
It sounds like the way you cope is to blame yourself. Am I right? It sounds like to me like you say, aku kena.
Ya, aku kena. Tapi itu tu macam whether whether I blame myself or not. Macam it's like when I think back, ada partly I could have done better. I could have made better decisions, but why did I not make the better decisions?
I think it's more of a like self-reflection.
Oh yeah lah.
You put it on you.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
looking at you more.
Yeah. Because I want to be accountable gitu for these things kan.
Mm.
So macam kira itulah I don't wanna keep blaming other people, you know. But you know, because you know, I start with this philosophy where like you know, no matter where you came from, it's who you are now, you know. Yeah. How you become, you know.
Quite mature.
Yeah,
think that way.
it is.
You know, just because I was bullied doesn't mean that's my identity. Sebenarnya, you know, I'm like having like really friendly banter in the WhatsApp group that we still talk till today. You know, we reflect on it.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the mature way to see it. You know,
Exactly.
we were kids.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Did they open up to you about why they did it, or did they explain? Do they know why they did it?
Not necessarily. I just look at their background and like,
It's more like it's more of a apa ni?
You analyze.
Analyze lah basically.
Analyze
Not direct, indirect lah, indirect.
like look at their parents.
Keluarga susah.
Okay. look at what car they come to school and
So you're
okay.
assuming a lot for that.
Assuming a lot.
But it's,
But I see a pattern.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's usually those kind of kids.
Mm.
I see a pattern now. You know, and I look at my parents. You know, and I'm like, no
Yeah,
wonder
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like this. You know,
Yeah.
is that Juba?
Patay ka po, ano,
Oh,
analyze.
I was analytical a bit. I just kept it to myself lah. You know, this
Right.
is probably the second time I've actually talked about it like this. The
Yeah.
first time was with Hakim. He came on this podcast recently kan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Sekali, inilah I spoke to him about it and then itulah macam dia pun macam this itulah he agreed lah. And then this is the second time. And I'm
Right.
putting it out there. Yeah, just because you're bullied doesn't mean you shouldn't be accountable for who you are, you know?
That's true.
Yeah,
Mm.
just because you're bullied.
It's really hard to come to that.
Conclusion.
Yeah. How do you do it though? What allows you to think this way?
Because I was people pleasing. I love to join leadership programs. I like to be involved with things about and these programs really help me lah macam reflect on myself. Join I joined the theater group.
All in school niya? In the school?
Not necessarily in school lah, macam luar je lah ha.
Okay, so you did theater, what else helped?
The leadership courses lah. I don't necessarily remember a lot of them.
Okay.
Ada sampai keluar lah macam I even got picked to go to Singapore when I was in Form 3. Then Form 6 I went to Indonesia. Did a lot of reflections while, you know.
Wow. So these things helped.
Yeah.
You were people pleasing, but you were also gaining from all these things that you were doing.
Yeah. So I think macam to address these things I think like to address the issue of bullying all kids lah, they need these things lah.
Yeah.
They need to learn to reflect on themselves lah.
Yeah.
Okay, I did this and this is the outcome. What did I do wrong? How can I be better? You know, that kind of thing lah. Because biasanya if they did something bad, selalu kena marahi. Kau dah boleh cuma tu, you know? Macam kena marahi. No kid wants to be kena marahi.
Of course.
Unless you can really teach them to really reflect lah, you know?
I agree with that. So like you were given the opportunity to reflect, and I'm happy for you. I'm so proud of you for that, man. Like some people they might not have that opportunity. So they need a third person or like a second person to guide them, kan?
Yeah.
So
blind spots as well,
blind
right?
spots
That's
can.
what you can see.
Yeah, that's what you can see. But Eddie had that opportunity, and you're lucky lah. So you really need to take these opportunities, not only learn about these new things, macam leadership but also yourself ba. Some people don't have that kind of energy. Some of them are bullied so hard to the point macam they don't want to go out.
So, I know. Speaking of that, when I was interning in Singapore, there was this program. I forgot what program it was because I was interning this one youth development company again.
Yeah.
And they sent out volunteers to help underprivileged students.
And then, what did you learn?
What I learned is that di Brunei banyak program to help the already smart to achieve even more.
But not for
tapi di Singapore they help the really underprivileged. Tutoring Yeah, I forgot what program it was.
So you were a volunteer to tutor?
The company dispatch students lah. To do that. I wasn't helping.
Okay, you just know of this program.
They had that program every weekend. They would send student volunteers to go to underprivileged homes, check them out, and then kalau dorang ada jadi tutor, ajar maths, English, whatever.
Support system
lah. That's the right word. Support system.
Yeah. Well, here's what I realized too. Macam the fact that you mentioned I had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
It was because kan macam I was brought up in macam kira in an environment where I could speak English and Malay.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know.
ba.
Tapi diorang ni macam some kids they like Melayu juga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's to a point where they're like, kau ni rasa-rasanya Melayu, rasa-rasanya IC kuning cakap Melayu saja. I'm like, where are you coming from?
That
You know,
is so
macam, why are you like this?
invalidating.
Oh, you were not raised the way I was raised. You know, macam, that we have that. Ano, and then macam a lot of my peers who got chosen for these programs pun macam, durang speak a lot of English too.
Right.
So,
It
I don't
does
know.
matter. I mean, it does.
Awa.
Macam ada apa that word?
Correlation?
Discrimination
Yeah,
a bit,
there's-
right?
There was a
Macam you
discrimination.
ni-
Awa, yang
Yeah.
speak English a lot.
Oh.
Ni, yang the smarter one.
Macam kena tease pulang
Awa.
for being good.
Yeah.
Awak.
Itulah social
Awak.
bullying basically.
Yeah.
Tapi macam itu it was kids like me that got chosen for these kind of things.
Yeah.
But they don't they don't look at the lower performing students, you know, the underprivileged ones, and say like, hey, these kids need help. Maybe we can offer a program to these kids.
Oh, but
Yeah.
they don't feel like macam they don't feel seen basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Macam tu ah.
I was seen, not
ba?
them.
Oh, but
you know?
exactly you
Yeah.
are. That makes them feel even more bad. Macam like
Awa.
if they're underachieving kan, are you just gonna let them?
Awa.
Macam tu kan.
And then makin teruk tiap.
Makin turut, yeah,
And
exactly.
then makin bullied tiap. They
Makin
become
bullied,
more, you know,
susceptible to bullying,
The-
or
insecure.
There's a bigger separation there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The super smart, you know,
They get
privileged
everything.
ones, they get
Mm.
everything, and then there's the lower class.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
kena biarkan lah dia. Kena
Yeah.
biarkan.
Yeah, and then it gets harder to climb out.
Yeah.
And the only way to get out is to actually be smart.
Yeah.
Smarter.
Smarter.
or
and-
they compensate by trying to be unique, so they tuck up the shirt,
Oh, but
badai,
Lain-lain.
dorang cukur, dorang
Lain
pingkirai
tingkat.
sana ni. Hey, banyak tau.
Yeah.
Acting out.
Acting
Makin
out.
drop. Makin dapat.
Yeah, because they want to be seen.
Oh, but they didn't know anything else, but they don't have that kind of like feeling BC na tu kan. They don't feel validated wah. So
Oh.
they had to do what they had to do to feel validated kan.
Pakai cukup je kau.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have students like that though.
Yeah.
They know not to smoke in school. Yet, I'm
Okay.
gonna smoke a vape.
Yeah.
You know?
Betul
And it's
lah.
like, I got a vape.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Because that's the way they knew how to make themselves feel cool and validated. You know?
But like at a cost, right? At first they think like, oh, if I vape, I'm gonna start feeling cool. No shame lah, no shame. But like at the same time, it leads up to addiction. It leads up to apa ni? This hope you have to vape just because you feel bad.
Image.
Just tu ah.
It's a gateway. It's a gateway.
It's a gateway to downward spiral lah.
Oh,
Mm.
it's so bad. Again, when I was a practical,
Yeah, practicum, yeah.
yeah, my counseling training at the,
Yeah.
I saw kids vape.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me, okay, but I
Yeah.
I don't want to be the uncool teacher. You know?
Oh, dude.
I don't know what to do because I'm not stationed there forever.
Oh,
but you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So like,
You know,
Macam-
why not give it a shot?
so I was like, because I don't normally.
How ba?
When I was a teacher for real,
Yeah.
my ex-students can tell you, yeah, I
Uh-uh.
was horrible. Okay,
Aw.
I was like really bad. I was mean. Okay, I was not nice. I was not nice because again, when I reflect back, I was not in a good place anyway. Okay, I was
Yeah.
quite young. I was your age.
Yeah.
Horrible. I was horrible. Anyway, the thing is, now that I'm good, I feel great.
Yeah.
Macam I have no energy to marahi student. You know, I don't feel the need to like scream at anybody. Okay?
Oh, ba, right.
So I saw him. I looked at him. I said, "God, why here?" And then I called him. Come here. He goes, "What is it?"
Uh-huh.
I saw you vape. Yeah. Can you not vape in school?
Yeah.
Like just vape out the gates. I mean,
At the very least lah.
you know, if you have to vape outside,
Yeah.
and he has to. Yeah, more cool kan.
Yeah.
He's like smiling at me like, and I'm like, yeah, okay, sorry, don't worry. I won't tell anyone.
Uh-huh.
You know, but like, I'm like, anak ni. You know, I don't know how
How to
they have
approach?
the guts. No, the guts.
The guts, okay.
To still do that. Until now that you say, it's more like I'm probably I want to be somebody amongst my peers.
Exactly.
So
It's
it's
peer
like
pressure. Yeah.
I'm somebody here.
Mm,
This
Yeah.
school is mine.
Exactly.
I rule this
Yeah.
place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I rule here, and then like if I wanted to be,
Mm.
that kind of teacher, like kemari kau masuk HEP,
Yeah. Yeah.
I could have, but the thing is, I don't know how to handle it. Well, that's why I feel sometimes teachers or
yeah.
whoever, new teachers,
Yeah, especially new teachers,
we need to be
trained.
given,
Yeah.
how do you handle it,
Exactly.
macam tu.
That's one thing I wanna like call out je. Macam regarding like bullying and most teachers or most not even teachers, staff lah in general, they're not trained. No one was given like macam no one went to a meeting like, okay guys, so in cases of this happen, you have to do this, do this, do this, do this, so that it won't repeat again. Nada. That's something
Or
that
maybe ada,
uh-huh.
tapi never pernah practice.
Maybe macam tu lah, in a regular thing. It's not a regular
yeah.
thing. Yeah. Maybe like assembly once, then habis.
Yeah.
Which is not really effective,
Yeah.
personally speaking.
Assembly tu pun kami main je to.
Main je to. Yeah.
Oh.
And then I know it's just me as a practicum student.
Yeah.
I just
Maybe.
I was just like, in back of my mind, what
Right.
I'm thinking is, kutagur anak ani pun is not going to change anything.
Yeah.
Is that right? So, I mean, would that have changed anything?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. That's the thing. It wouldn't
Right.
change. It wouldn't change.
Kids are stubborn.
Yeah, they're stubborn unless you get to the core issue.
Exactly. So it looks like anything you see like that, it must become a case.
It must become a
So
case.
yeah, mesti di
Weekly, hari-hari.
dilihat, like
Exactly.
how you doing, in a way that dia boleh terima.
Exactly.
The student must respect you as an adult, as a teacher, so that
Yeah.
he can change. Kale, am I
That-
right?
I
don't
agree
know.
with that actually, but at the
Yeah.
same time, we shouldn't. I feel like you shouldn't macam like people shouldn't treat them macam lower jua. You have to level with them. What?
That's it. Which was I was trying to do.
Yeah, but exactly
I wanna
right.
be
You want to
a
level.
friend.
Oh, but be friendly. At
Get
the
on
very
their
least.
level.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk down on them. You talk down on them, they might feel macam macam mana don't feel seen masih wah. They still think that macam okay, kau ni apa? Satu exactly
Yeah.
right. But you want to level with them. You want to try to understand them
Oh,
wah.
bah. That's
Tapi
it.
ngam je tu. Pasal macam banyak je experts cakap pun kalau kan talk to kids, get on their eye level.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I do to my kid. I'm like, gini kan. I'm not gonna mention my name. I was like, okay, baby.
Oh, ba.
Okay, daddy, kan ni.
Yeah,
Not
like
just-
that.
not just physically, man.
Yeah,
Not just-
I do that kan?
Oh.
Kan?
Huh.
You know?
Yeah, it's true.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah. So and it works.
It
So,
works.
macam some kids, that some kids that I have the privilege to see, often enough, family members, durang macam I get on their level,
Yeah.
and then they start to say, abang, it's really easy to talk to you. Ano, apa ni, payah wak kalau kan open up arano.
Ada XYZ lah, abang XYZ, kakak XYZ.
yeah.
So macam I appreciate they like appreciate that you're listening to me. Oh, okay. It's because I got on their
Yeah.
I got on their level.
Yeah.
I talk on their level.
Ngam tu.
And then tapi insert my wisdom juga, macam,
Yeah.
I get it.
That's why I have a niece.
Yeah.
She's older, adult niece. She's about 30, whatever.
Okay.
40 kali God.
Yeah.
She's a teacher, and recently, kind of like jawatan, she's given this responsibility in HEP. New teacher in the school, kind of like HEP, yeah. And her personality, andang, she's very cool. She's not one of those uptight people.
Right.
She's very cool, and she's firm. Like, no means no. I'm angry, I'm happy, I'm happy. That's a very clear cut.
Oh, wow.
So when she got into HEP, she was doing well. When I asked her, because I know some of the kids, they're like such rebels. And some of the teachers' reactions usually is like, paning ko.
Yeah.
But when I talked to her, and she is new at that job, and she was like, it's great. Like, I love the kids. Even the ones that came in, even the golf or whatever, I can talk to them. They can talk to me. She enjoys it. She enjoys. So I'm thinking when I look at her, my niece, when she's in that position, Sudata, she's got that authority, but she knows how to connect with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, because HEP is known for like discipline,
Yeah ba? Oh ba?
kadang-kadang,
Oh ba?
you know, very
Oh.
harsh a bit kan.
Tapi ni ya change the narrative lah. HCP ni
Yeah.
tempat the students can actually go to ba.
Yeah.
And they can
Easily.
say anything to her, and she will listen.
That's the thing, they need to make it feel safe. You know.
Exactly. So you know, and she only got into that not long after I left.
Oh.
No, I was gone already. I was
Okay,
no
okay,
longer there. And I think that's the way to, if you ever wanted to discipline the team who
Yeah.
are not doing so great,
Yeah.
the kid needs to know I'm not a zero.
Yeah.
You don't see me as zero,
Exactly,
and
exactly.
and I can't, and I know I respect you.
Oh.
I'm not gonna step on your face.
Exactly. There's a difference between like being dominant and being assertive.
Yeah.
Satu.
She
So,
was assertive. I can tell she was good at it because she's got that no BS kind of thing.
oh
You know,
ba,
macam tu
exactly,
lah.
exactly. So you have, but at the same time, you need a lot of patience. A lot of patience because kids, like you said, kids are stubborn.
Yeah, because it's like
Kids are stubborn, but you need a lot of patience to really understand them, talk to them, macam level with them. That takes a lot. Yeah.
You gotta be the kids have to see you, Dra, as someone they aspire
to.
become. Am I right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel so.
I feel so too. I feel so
as
too.
as the eldest child, grandchild, and great grandchild.
Ui.
Yes.
Tinggi paksa mata.
Oh.
Kira I have the privilege to actually learn this lah. You know, macam just get on the level lah. You know, and alhamdulillah lah, I've become a big brother to everyone that, and then they just come up and talk to me about their problems. You know,
It's good to have somebody.
it's good to have somebody. Macam kalau dorang punya parents, our elders, macam not necessarily able to get on their level, you know. But, but I can, you know. But I can because I'm also their cousin. I'm also their abang, you know.
Yeah.
So,
And
itulah.
one thing I noticed, we're in this generation now, right?
Yeah.
We are hearing a lot about mental health.
Yeah.
It exists. It's
It
real.
exists.
We
It's not
gotta
a stigma.
acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Acknowledge it now.
Back
then,
back in the past.
Yeah.
Our parents.
They don't have this kind of opportunity.
I don't know about your parents.
No.
My parents, for sure. You know, like mental health is like what?
Like
it's air. It's just air. Like, I don't know what it is. And padahal it exists. Ganya it was not seen as anything.
Yeah.
You see, that's why the way I'm thinking now, they're all messed up actually.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
Messed up, you know?
Yeah.
If they don't choose to see it as banar, this thing is that they remain ignorant to all of this. Like what we discussed today is like you know,
exactly.
like semua jangan dijadikan hal. You know what I mean? Like what are these kids talking about? You
they
know?
dismiss it. Dismiss it.
Yeah.
Dismissive. So, for example, it's like if let's say someone is going through schizophrenia, for example. You know schizophrenia. Yeah. So they see things. They might say macam tu hantu saja tu. Kamu berdoa-doa dia. Yes, you can. Yes, I'm not saying that we're ignoring the praying part apa, but you need to acknowledge this is also part of them. The schizophrenia is a part of them that they grow up with. It's not just kurang berdoa, kurang
It's a condition.
It's a condition.
Bukan macam takut tu nah kau ngagasan na tempat ano.
Oh, ba exactly
disuruh jangan jaga juga. Something like that lah, you know. A lot banyak tu.
So that's an example lah. They dismiss it as like macam hal-hal saja. Padahal it is a condition that needs medical attention.
It needs medication.
Medication basically.
Ano lagi? Jangan terjauh. Kalau yang malar bersedih, then the parents just cakap them, jangan tersedih wah.
Yeah.
Jangan
bersyukur.
dipikirkan wah. And now as an adult, I have to fix that part of myself. Macam
exactly.
I got diagnosed. So macam and it's real. The thing is real. The mental health issue is real. It's anxiety disorder.
You have anxiety.
Yeah. Apparently I do. I'm like, you know. That explains it.
Yeah.
Padang dari dulu kali tu, ah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I've been going to counseling therapy since I would say I started in 2020.
Oh.
Then
4 years ago.
yeah, and then
COVID. Time COVID.
before I remember it was July or it was July. I think it was July or yeah.
The outbreak in that time.
Yeah, it was July.
Right.
2020. I went to and then after that medap ang papa. And then the next year baruta I follow up after I got married then. That was when the sessions were by phone call. And then the next year started to see in person. So madala sampayan nila. I haven't been called for months though. But tapi I
That's
kept
good news.
tapi
Improvement kali.
Yeah.
maybe but they said they did because this is government kan clinic kan.
Ah,
Line lah
okay.
kalau private line
Yeah,
gila.
yeah, yeah.
Kalau government clinic mesti di push. I keep on forgetting to follow up with them. Can you please check just to say can you please check me, am I still okay?
Yeah.
Am I okay already?
Ah.
Tapi macam I feel like still ada that disorder.
Are you medicated? If you don't mind sharing? No.
But there are exercises.
Like what?
Breathing exercises, grounding method, all these things. You know these things.
I want to know what you do. That seems to be working.
Breathe lah. Sometimes macam I just isolate myself in the bedroom and then just like
just sit there, like ground yourself, breathing, kan.
okay, I see the TV. I hear.
Yeah.
I
Keeping you present.
feel.
Keeping you present,
my
no.
bed.
But this anxiety, the first time you had it was what age? The one you remember.
And did it start like from bullying?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I think I've always felt this since I was a boy. Yeah. Macam overthinking, scared.
The bullying didn't make that better, obviously.
Yeah.
Did not make that better.
Because just remember, I grew up in a
Oh yes.
sort of a hostile environment.
Touchy surroundings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takut apa-apa. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
Macam itulah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, doesn't mean that I never had any fond memories, but part of it, itulah.
That was your world, basically.
That
Yeah.
was my world.
How do you see it now, though?
I see it macam sometimes I do admit macam ada rasa berdendam juga. Macam every kid, every person,
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure ada rasa dendam. Tapi part of me also wants to forgive that rasa tu juga macam it happened because people didn't know any better,
Yeah.
That's true.
So macam nothing can.
Yeah, what you gonna do, right? It's the
What can I
past.
do? I'm
Yeah.
29 years old. I
Yeah.
cannot be 9 anymore.
Like at that time, you're right. Macam like kids, they don't have any other methods of like helping themselves. Kan, that's all they know. It's like they're gonna be like, "Toros, you know what? I should go see a counselor." That's what, right?
Oh,
Exactly.
No, but I didn't know.
We don't know that existed, right?
No, exactly. And how did you get into counseling? Sendiri or someone put you?
I did it on my own. I was already working anyway, So macam I took the time off to go to clinic and say, hey, this is how I've been feeling.
Yeah.
Please help me.
That's really good.
It is. I'm so
Masa
proud
tu
of people.
boleh walk in. Masa tu
Belum ramai ka lah.
masa tu boleh walk in saja. Kira di-repass tu.
But it's okay.
All di-repass. Sekali itulah they said okay, we will call you back in 2 weeks. They never did. And then I was like wondering, okay, maybe I should wait. Sampai next year, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And then I asked again, like, okay, cumanan ya? Then turns out all you gotta do is go to your clinic tempat your catchment area.
Yeah.
Mine was in Limba. And then
Around that day, apa ni?
sama lah screening apa.
Yeah, screening apa?
And then
Okay.
kita the doctor, please refer me to the psychologist. I need help.
Yeah.
you know.
And then it was okay after that.
They gave me a number to WhatsApp in case that they don't respond in 2 weeks.
What? You did that?
Ada. Tapi sekali, it happened. I made it happen.
Oh,
Bro.
good.
Yeah.
Have you ever called 145?
Nope.
I did actually.
You did?
I did
Why,
actually.
why did
Oh,
you
I did.
call? What was the issue?
Yeah, that's-
Can you
that's it.
share about that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
please.
can. So at that time, I wasn't in a very good spot lah. So I was this was unfortunately a few years back. I was feeling really suicidal. Yeah, I had issues of my own lah that I'm not willing to share. But at that time, I'm like, I need help because I was arapantai. I was like, you know what? Maybe if I stop feeling like this, if I were to like jump out of the water, I'll stop feeling all this like. I'm diagnosed with depression, by the way.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
were diagnosed as well.
Yeah, I was diagnosed as well
depression.
with depression.
Okay.
So at that time, I needed help. And no, at that time I wasn't. But after I called 145 and I did whatever,
Okay. So, time tu you didn't know what was going on
I don't
at
know.
all.
I don't know what was going on. I know I was really sad, but
Yeah.
not. Tapi to the point sampai aku suicidal.
Yeah.
That's a different story. Like I need help. My head was shaking. Yeah, macam like I feel very numb. I feel like I wanted to like end it everything. Tapi I was like, nah, this is not worth it, bro. Like I have so much to live for. There's more things in this world. So I called. After I got in the car, I cried. I called 145 lah terus. Basically, after I called 145 for a while, not a job yo.
What year? What year?
I was in my second year kala of
I mean-
uni.
I mean, this call was
Uh,
made when?
It was second year, so 2 years ago, 2022. 2022.
Okay. I just know it's improved. That's
It
it.
has improved,
All
absolutely,
right,
it has
go on,
improved.
And then,
But basically, the first time I was calling 145, not a job, yo. There was no response. Yeah, crazy.
Damn.
And then after that, I'm like, no way. And then I could call again. Nada. I waited for like 15
Yeah.
minutes, and I hear beep, beep, beep. Damn.
how did you feel at that moment?
I felt terrible. Tapi I know that I shouldn't give up, lah. Basically, I
Okay,
shouldn't give
okay.
up.
You
So
were already. You want hope. You were.
I feel I had to self-regulate. Basically, I
Yeah.
need to talk to myself more positively, lah.
Yeah.
Like I need to remember the things that I love in this world. And I thought about my best friend. I thought about my siblings. I thought about basically the food that I want to eat. Anything lah,
Anything lah.
anything.
Yeah.
So, gitulah. I was like, at the very least, I'm not suicidal. Like I wanted to seek help. I had the will to seek help. So I called 145 again the next day, and
Georgia 145 ka na.
yeah, and then the job.
Oh
Another job
man.
again.
So you
yeah.
were not able to speak with anyone.
No, I was not able to speak with anyone. So, and the next day, actually, I was in school. I was in uni, actually, at a parking lot. Who called? Another job. I'm like, oh my god. Alright lah. And then after that, you know what? I don't mind taking the money out of myself. I don't mind being broke for a while for the sake of helping. So I went to Clarity.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I went to Clarity
That's
after that.
good.
Yeah, so like I needed immediate help, man.
Yeah.
And then, like Eddie says, if you were to go to government, you need to wait 2 more weeks. Then anything can happen in those 2 weeks. For me,
For sure.
Yeah,
You're already
yeah.
on the edge.
I'm already on the
You're
edge.
on the
lah.
edge, bro.
Example, if let's say aku on the bridge, let's say I was on the bridge, I was already hopeless lah, very hopeless, and one call could have made a difference. If that's example, like if someone were to not job me at that moment, anything can happen,
Oh, wow.
right?
Mm.
But that's not me, kan. But that could happen to anybody else, and I hope that no one goes through that. But anyways, I made a decision lah. You know what? I don't mind getting broke. It was for the sake of myself.
Right. Yeah.
And it was worth it lah for me. And after that, I had a talk with my therapist, and over time, I'm better now. I'm way better now.
I mean, that's really good.
Mm-mm.
Because,
Proud of you, man.
yeah.
Thank you.
I
Thank you so
always
much.
feel men don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's what I
oh my
always
God.
feel. Macam, sakit na din eh. You know, they don't
They do.
want, but
Mm.
they do.
They do.
Yeah, yeah.
Naman I think sudah drop baru
It's
daw
really
do it,
through.
ah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's really under apa ni? It's really under not seen lah, not very seen regarding mental health and right.
Namja this month is men's mental health.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Men's health.
men's health. Oh, ba.
Yeah.
Men's health
Mm.
No,
awareness.
absolutely. I do
Mm.
wish, I hope
Mm.
more guys would, you know, show that it's okay.
It's okay what to be like a little
Reach out.
reach
you
out.
know,
It's okay to be
talk.
vulnerable. It's really okay,
Mm.
bananya.
Yeah.
Kaya kami lalaki ni, we have to be strong mo all the time.
Strong, quote unquote. The
By default, we have to be strong.
Yeah.
Mm.
So kalau hindi, we will sink ba.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
a
macam,
like a mindset yang to me like to me in my opinion it's a little toxic mindset.
It is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not even a
yeah,
little, a lot.
Yeah, a
it's
lot.
a
Let's
lot.
go with
It's a
that.
lot. Tapi
Yeah.
macam, you know, putting yourself down apa, you know, and I say,
Yeah.
macam, oh, I'm not good enough. I need to do better. I need to do better. I need to work harder.
Hmm.
You know, for the sake of other people. But who am I to me? You know.
Yeah. Everything is out there. Like you're looking out. Lalu.
I just have the, I don't know, like this really just nice privilege to be around other men who realize this.
Oh,
And
bah, yeah, yeah,
saya,
yeah.
ni like Isad
Aw.
and like Hakim, like Zulfan, apa, you know.
That Jiwa community, Jiwa group is such a very supportive
It
environment.
is.
It is.
Started out as a
Yeah.
men's mental health
Yeah.
support group.
Itu yang ko. Macam I'm quite privileged lah to be around people. Tapi yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy juga. Once you get in, macam to actually, you know, real, you know, to open up apa. It's not easy juga.
It's not easy.
It takes
time.
time.
Takes time.
What gives you the motivation? I mean, like, what makes you able to talk? Apart from it being talked to the.
Well, for me it's I just wanna open up lah basically. Like I wanted to express how I feel. Daripada like keeping it inside saja, like bottle it up and lama-lama explode like the last time. Maybe I should try to open up to people more, to become vulnerable. Saying to myself like it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be weak sometimes. So I did. I started off talking to my best friend saja. Started from there and I did not know how to articulate. I did not know how to open up awal-awal to communicate my
Yeah.
feelings. But it gets easier over time. It does get easier. You'll know what to say eventually.
Is there what stops men? Is it the judgment?
It's the
Fear of being
judgment.
judged?
It's the fear of being judged. It's the fear of macam lemah je ni.
Lemah ini.
Oh, ba.
Apa ni laki saja.
Exactly. It's
Oh.
Man
matawa.
up, man. Ano, man up, boy.
Even saying those words is like very toxic in my opinion. Like man up.
Yeah.
It's like you have to meet an expectation of a man.
Tapi to a certain, tapi only to a certain extent.
To a certain extent, yes.
Because at the end of the day, you're a man. Just
Benar.
deal with it, ba. You're a
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Come on, be strong.
Be strong lah
You
basically.
survive. You know,
Oh.
that's what being a man is about. Tapi macam tapi not to the fullest extent lah.
Oh, ba.
We got feelings.
Oh, ba, exactly.
Kami hindi mo kena overexert. You know.
Like you pun, it's not instantaneous. You're not
Awa.
born tarus. I know how to be a man. Full
Awa.
stop.
There's no switch much. I'm like
Yeah.
man up.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay, personally, the way I grew up, I didn't know how to be a man properly.
Oh, ba.
Macam, that's how I
And
became
then the
like this.
example pun, it's fuzzy. Kan dia?
It's-
Like,
Yeah,
you're
it's
not
quite
sure.
it's quite fuzzy. My main example was not even, you know, the
Not-
most ideal.
Not the
Oh.
person you want to be. Kan dia?
Or the one I was supposed to, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to look at other people lagi. I seek help because I remember so well. I said, I think I'm done with all this. I really want to be better for the people around me, for my family, for at the time my girlfriend. Yeah. For my siblings, for my mom, you know, my grandparents, for everyone.
Yeah, your self-reflection is strong.
Yeah. I said so lah. I went to I remember I was so teary eyed when I was opening up. Like after that one the first session, I thought, oh my god, banyak rupanya. I know that
Yeah.
I've held
A lot inside.
a lot inside. You know, macam itulah. So yeah, it's not easy for a man to open up. Yeah.
That's
But once we do, look at where we are.
Yeah.
We're
That's
just
good.
we're able to talk to you.
I think for men.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. But guys, like, it's a different kind of pressure growing up.
Awe.
Huh?
Awe, line eh.
Kan?
I can't compare. I don't know.
You're only 24, aren't you?
I'm only 24,
But still,
yeah.
quite mature.
Okay.
He is mature.
Yeah.
Thank you.
At 24, I wasn't this mature.
Yeah, 24, I can talk about whatever you just talked about. Like, then aku can be sure about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're doing really good, you know.
Thank you. Oh, that means a lot.
My wife met me when I was turning 24, and the person I was back then, which was basically 5 years ago, it's the different version than how the person that is.
Anyway, so we've heard a lot from you, heard a lot from you.
This is conclude lah.
It's like, I feel like we started off talking about bullying,
Yeah.
and we are talking about men's mental health,
Mental health.
which at the end of the day, bullying case kebanyakan in men or women, boys or girls.
Majority, 50-50. There's no discrimination. Yeah, it was 50-50.
Yeah, it still could equally be like bullies as well, right?
Yes.
So if we talk about the boys, right? So it seems like it can be reduced
It can be.
if we can tackle it from beginning.
Not only from beginning, but there's always like it's always like sometimes too late, right, for beginnings. But regardless, we need to
From
like
the roots. I mean.
the roots.
Yeah.
Yes, the root, the core lah. Doesn't
Yes.
matter what age.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is at home.
Parents, even when you become parents, like you are lucky because you're now a parent. You started better.
Oh,
Exactly.
Pasal ito to, you know that peribahasa yung tur buluh hendak dari rubong. Ito. Jadi,
Yeah.
you start with that. You start with that mindset. Start with the, starts from the grassroots. You know, that's why.
So, exactly. So when a boy can become a better man, grow up to be a better man, they'll become better husband, better father,
Better partners. In general,
so on and so forth. And then you get better kids.
Yeah.
The kids more secure.
You stop the generational trauma lah.
See, this is what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically, yes.
So proud of you too.
Really,
Really,
thank you.
honestly. And
Thank
you're
you.
only 24.
Yeah. Tapi
know,
I can't discredit myself. I credit my girlfriend. I credit my best friend for helping me, Jua, for supporting me, Jua, for being where I am now
The
lah.
support system matters, right?
The support system absolutely matters.
For you guys reaching out, I mean, this is a message that I'd really like it if every guy can see, like, it's necessary. You know?
It is necessary.
It's not a good idea. It's kind of necessary.
It's necessary.
You know?
Bukan lagi good idea. You're right. Bukan good idea.
It's not just
Necessary.
Whether you
good
like
idea.
it or not,
Yeah.
you have an issue. You deal with it.
You gotta
Deal
speak
with
up. You gotta find a way.
Yeah.
Excellent. We have to make you an example.
Thank you.
We're gonna end it today, but you know, in future, if we come up with some other topics to talk about, we should get together again.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Mental health, we have to talk about it.
It needs to be constantly talked about, you know.
Yeah.
The Sultan talks about it.
Oh wait.
There was
Ada.
a titah recently about mental health.
Yes.
I forgot when which occasion it was, but
Okay.
ada tu.
Recent.
Ada tu recently.
We are supporting lah, huh?
Yeah, we're supporting too.
Yeah.
All right. This has been really good.
Thank
you,
I
thank
enjoyed the
you.
discussion.
Yeah.
I learned so much.
Thank you.
And I feel it makes me a better counselor because I get to hear. It's not just me reading textbooks, you know.
Exactly.
Very different.
And thank you lah for the opportunity to give us a voice to talk.
Yeah. Thank you for remembering me.
Aduh.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like,
Yeah.
no, is it this guy? Is it?
Yeah.
He's learned a lot now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see. I can tell.
Feel.
it. And you have a good support system, like your wife, your girlfriend. You said your friends. Things can look up. Things can change. So like, look at these two. Good example. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to this podcast, and I hope you'll catch the next one. Bye.
Bye.